Hello and welcome to Martin Maths. We're looking at some foundation GCSE questions. This happens to come from a paper 3, but it could come up in any of the papers, so just some standard numeracy and arithmetic skills. So the first question here says, write 35% as a fraction. Now percent means something out of 100. That's kind of where that symbol comes from. So write it as 35 over 100. It hasn't actually said write in its simplest form, but let's try and do that. They're all multiples of 5, that's 7 fives, and that's 20 fives. So there we go, that should give us that 1 mark. Now, work out a quarter of 28. Well, that's the same as dividing 28 into 4. If you use a nice bar model, I know that half of 28 would be 14, and half of those would be 7. So one could use the bus stop and know my times tables. Either way, the answer there is a quarter of 28 is 7. That's the same as doing 1 quarter times 28, 28 over 4. Okay, lots of different ways of expressing that. Now write down 2 factors of 12. Well, 1 in itself is always a pair. 2 times 6 and 3 times 4. So any of those 2 factors, I always like to think of them in the pairs that multiply together. So I'm going to say 1 and 12. Okay, then it says simplify 2m times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, and m, I'll leave it on its own. And then the square root of 1.69. Well, luckily this is a calculator paper, so I can put this into, once I switch it on, the square root of 1.69, and I get 13 over 10, or 1.3. Now, that should make sense. Whoops, where am I? 1.3, because 13 squared is 169. So if we think about it, 1.3 squared is 1.69. Okay, that should give us another mark. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marks. Let's quickly look at question 6, also because it's a shorter question. And it says here to draw a quadrilateral, so that means any 4-sided shape, that has no lines of symmetry and a rotational symmetry of order 2. So rotational symmetry means it goes back to the same position, but I can't have any squares or rectangles, can't even have a trapezium, because they would have lines of symmetry, so would a kite. So the only one that I can think of right now would be a parallelogram. So I'm going to just sketch some kind of parallelogram there. Not a rhombus, because I would have lines of symmetry. So I can't cut in half that way or that way. But if I was to put a mark there and then spin it twice, I'd get back to the same position. Okay, that should give us 2 marks there. Okay, that's quite a lot in that. Fractions and percentages, factors, simplifying some algebra, some square roots, and symmetry and rotational symmetry. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and good luck for your exams.